my YouTube friends, let's speak about a recent, very disturbing case about a Santa Barbara father that is accused of taking his two children to Mexico and then killing them. 40-year-old Matthew Coleman from Santa Barbara, California, has been charged with the murder of his 10-month-old daughter and his 2-year-old son. So let's take a look at the timeline and give a bit of information about Matthew's life, and then we'll talk about what Matthew said led to this horrific act. Matthew and his wife Abby married in January of 2017. They had 2 children together, 10-month-old daughter, baby Roxy, and a 2-year-old son, Khalil. Matthew and Abby, they're the founders at Love Water, which is a surfing school where they taught children and adults how to surf. Now, they seemed like a happy, kind, loving family to everyone that knew them. But now friends and family are left shocked by what Matthew did to his 2 babies. On August 7th, 2021, so about a week ago, Matthew unexplainably leaves his home in Santa Barbara with his 2 children. His wife Abby tries to contact him by phone and text, but Matthew doesn't respond back. So Abby, she calls the police. She tells the police that the family had a camping trip planned, but Matthew left in their van with only their 2 children, and she was concerned because she couldn't get a hold of Matthew, and he did not let her know where he was going. Now, at this time, Abby had no reason to believe that the children were in danger, nor did she think her husband Matthew would harm her children. But at 8 p.m. that same day, Matthew and the 2 children are seen on surveillance footage that was obtained later, checking into a Hotel City Express in Rosarito, Mexico. Now, according to the authorities, he was staying only one night. The next day, August the 8th at 7 p.m., Abby called the police for the second time. An officer came out to the house and took an official report. Matthew and the 2 children are now officially reported missing. Matthew was still not answering his phone. Abby told the officer that they had not been having any problems in their marriage, and the officer suggested to Abby to locate Matthew on the Find My Phone app. So Abby tracked Matthew's phone, and his location was showing in Rosarito, Mexico. This was Matthew's last known location. And considering Matthew's last known location was in Mexico, the case was handed over to the FBI. The U.S.-Mexico border was immediately alerted and told to be on the lookout for Matthew and the 2 children. At 3 a.m. on August 9th, Matthew is seen on hotel surveillance footage leaving the hotel with his bags and his 2 children. Just a few hours later at 6:30 a.m., Matthew returns back to the hotel according to the hotel surveillance video, but Matthew is alone. The children are nowhere in sight. An hour later at 7:30 a.m., Mexican authorities are alerted that 2 lifeless children's bodies had been found at a ranch, Rancho El Descanso, which is located approximately 20 minutes south of the hotel that Matthew checked in at. The ranch owner, he called police after one of his farm workers found the 2 children. The ranch owner told authorities that his dogs led them to the crime scene. At 9:30 a.m., Matthew is seen on surveillance footage by himself, checking out of the hotel. At 1 p.m., Matthew is tracked by authorities on the Find My Phone app at a land border crossing south of San Diego. He then arrived at the U.S.-Mexican border inspection point alone. Now, Matthew being alone prompted the FBI to contact the Mexican police to report that the 2 children were missing, because remember, they've seen the children on the hotel video, the surveillance video, but now the 2 children are nowhere in sight. So at this time, Matthew's van was searched, and what appeared to be blood was found on the van's registration card, and the FBI was alerted. Mexican authorities, they also advised the FBI that 2 young children were found deceased earlier that morning, and the description that they gave matched that of the missing children. Matthew is then brought into an interview room and he's read his Miranda rights. Matthew confesses to killing both of his children. Matthew allegedly said he did this because his children were going to, quote, grow into monsters, unquote. The authorities said Matthew also referenced conspiracy theories when he was speaking to them. Matthew then explained how he killed his children using a fishing spear repeatedly. He then confirmed their location to the authorities and where the weapon could be found. Authorities stated what Matthew said coincided with evidence found at the crime scene. Matthew said he was having visions that his wife possessed serpent DNA and that she had passed it to their 2 children. While Matthew allegedly admitted to knowing that what he did was wrong, he said, quote, but it was the only course of action to save the world, unquote. Matthew was arrested and transported to the Santa Ana jail where he faces charges of foreign murder of U.S. nationals. He is being held without bond. He made his first appearance on August the 11th in the Los Angeles U.S. District Court. He is scheduled to be indicted on charges on August the 31st. Let me know what you guys think about this horrific story. And as always, thank you all for watching.